Welcome to Jaggy Sports. This is Jag Mangit for October 25th, 2021. I got ESPN on the background. They're talking about the NFL. I'll talk about that in the SoundCloud podcast. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, whatnot. And I'll talk about the NHL, I'll talk about the MLB, I'll talk about wrestling, but I want to talk about Kyrie Irving right now. The thing with Kyrie Irving is, if you didn't see it yesterday or the day before, I can't remember when it was. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. Or actually, it was the day before. They started protesting in Brooklyn about Kyrie because obviously, if you haven't heard by now, Kyrie is without a job. Like, he's still employed with the Brooklyn Nets. However, Brooklyn Nets sent him home, and I don't know if he's gonna get paid. I think he's foregoing up to about $200 million, and now it was an ugly scene in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center Stadium, whatever. And Kyrie Irving is at the center of the talks again, and quite frankly, they opened up his name in trade talks. And Sean Marks, Brooklyn GM. You never thought that was coming, but when they started talking about the James Harden trade when he was still on Houston, there was a lot of people saying, why not just get rid of Kyrie instead of foregoing all your picks? A lot of people were like, hey, we want to keep Kyrie, we want to keep a big three. That really didn't pan out because they only played a total of 7 games last year because I believe Kyrie got injured or something like that, and then Kevin Durant got injured, and then James Harden got injured. So it didn't really work out. It was supposed to work out this year, but then Kyrie had the vaccine thing going on. So he's not getting the vaccine, pro body, pro choice, um, and that's his choice. You can't really force a person to do anything that they don't want to do with their body. That's legit. The cops can't go over them, stuff a vaccine in his arm or anything. But yeah, so they opened up his name in trade talks. Brooklyn's GM Sean Marks, and a total of 3 teams. A total of 3 teams are calling, like more, but the top 3 teams. What I'm understanding and what I'm hearing is one of those teams. Well, actually, 3 of those teams are not good, but one of those teams has been an official trade partner with the Brooklyn Nets as of last year. Now, if you guys can guess who this is, you're pretty damn good. It is the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets are making calls to the Brooklyn Nets for Kyrie Irving. Now, you have to think, why does Kyrie Irving wants to go to a state where there's no vaccine mandate? Texas is one of those states. So not only is Texas one of those states, Houston is in dire need of a legit point guard because John Wall is not cutting it for them. John Wall makes $40 million a year. Kyrie Irving makes something like that. I think he's making like 35 per. So if they can make a switch, obviously Houston would have to give up more than just John Wall to get Kyrie Irving, but this is like a win-win situation for everyone because not only do the Brooklyn Nets get back a point guard, like I know he's way past his prime, John Wall, after suffering the Achilles injury and the foot injury or something like that, but he's way past his prime, and Houston is in dire need of a point guard as well, so they need Kyrie Irving. I know Kyrie Irving brings a lot of drama, but if I'm Houston, who who else are you thinking of getting? Because honestly, you're no good, and um, you have that new rookie Jalen Green. He's putting on a show. He got 30 points, um, and it's he's doing a fabulous job. Houston is a young, good team, but they need a point guard. Like they cannot they cannot not have a point guard. And not only is Kyrie Irving a point guard, he's one of the best. And so I think Houston would be a legit fit for Kyrie Irving because he could play um, in Texas under the vaccine mandate because there is no vaccine mandate. And another team interested, but I don't. I'm not 100% sure on the vaccine mandate situation, but they are legit interested. Is the Sacramento Kings. Now Sacramento Kings, they have DeAndre Fox, they have Marvin Bagley, but they're just making the call because they're the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento has not made the playoffs in quite some time. They make the lottery draft more than they make the playoffs. So I just know that they made some calls to the Brooklyn Nets. So I don't see that happening. They already have DeAndre Fox, like I said, but DeAndre Fox has been there for what, like 4 or 5 years, since the same time as Lonzo Ball, and he's a good point guard, but he doesn't have the legit pieces around him. I know Marvin Bagley got moved out from the starting lineup, so you got to look for them to move Marvin Bagley, who also is rumored to want out of there. So it's a mutual thing. They're also looking forward to, or they're looking to move Buddy Hield as well. So I just don't know what Sacramento's thinking, but at the end of the day, they got nothing to lose because they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So they might as well do a shake up or something. The third team is kind of surprising because I'm not 100% sure on the vaccine situation, but I know that his job is on the line, and his job is on the line because he's not getting it done. And the star that they signed, they picked in the rookie draft class about 2 years ago, is not happy with the New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans Pelicans made some calls to the Brooklyn Nets for Kyrie Irving. Now, it's kind of a surprising situation because Brooklyn doesn't really need any more young guys, but at the end of the day, you don't have enough money to get back a guy like Brandon Ingram. You don't have enough money to get back a guy like Zion Williamson, and not that the Pelicans would give him up, but I'm just saying that at the end of the day, those two guys ain't going nowhere. But what Brooklyn really wants is a point guard, like, not like a total star or anything, but a guy that can move the ball and whatnot. But they really, really want draft picks. So who better has draft picks than the Pelicans, because they got him a buttload from the Lakers and the Anthony Davis deal 2 years ago, and now it's kind of like, okay, well, you have those draft picks. Pelicans need a shakeup. Pelicans need to make a splash because they lost Drew Holiday in that deal to the Bucks. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but they lost him to that. Zion Williamson is not happy with the Pelicans. Zion Williamson has been rumored and linked to the New York Knicks, and quite frankly, he can go there. He could be the first one that denies his rookie contract extension. That'd be something, eh? That because everybody knows he's not happy with the Pelicans. He's taken some jabs at David Griffin, the GM to the Pelicans, and it's just a matter of time before he actually walks out, and he definitely could go, but that's not for another 5 more years, and unless the Pelicans trade him. So if I'm the Pelicans and I'm David Griffin, your job is on the line because everybody knows it. Everybody in the NBA world knows that if anyone's gonna get fired, it's David Griffin. David Griffin, like, he's on the hot seat for sure. If they don't even make the playoffs, they're 0-3 right now. If they don't make the playoffs, his job is gone, 100%. So he needs to make a splash, and guess what? New Orleans Pelicans is the perfect fit. So I'm not buying the whole Sacramento thing, but it's either the Pelicans or the Houston Rockets that are going to get Kyrie Irving. Take it for what you want, but you heard it here first. One of those two teams is going to get this guy, and the whole Kyrie situation, the whole Kyrie drama will be over. So check it out. Tune into the podcast where I talk about other things, especially congratulations to Carmelo Anthony, who passed Moses Malone on the all-time scoring list to become the ninth all-time leading scorer. This is Jaggy Sports for Jag Mangat. It is October 25th, 2021.